It'll be competitive.
I love it. All right, now let's kind of switch gears and let's talk about pre-nats. And what did we learn? And I feel like we learned a lot when it comes to pre-nats. So what did you learn specifically?
Now, I'll first off and say this. Pre-nats, I would say most of the top teams in NCAA went to Nutty-Comb, but you still had a lot of the top teams competing at pre-nats. But I think we learned a lot of things individually and team-wise. Mm-hmm. I'll start with my point A. I've broken this down into a couple points.
Wait, how many points? 3? 4?
2. But they have sub-points as well.
Oh.
So let's start with point A.
Point A, okay.
I think we have some dark horse individuals.
I can agree.
That I think have risen to the challenge that could certainly be All-Americans when it's all said and done.
Okay.
Because let's look at who won these races here on the women's and men's side. On the women's side, you have Carmen Alder. I remember this name. I competed against her in high school. There's videos out there, I'm sure. She was 203rd at NCAA's last year from BYU. She comes back. She wins pre-nats this year as BYU's top runner. 1936 for 6K. Liv, that is almost a minute off her previous 6K PR, and which was 2023 from 2022. So 1936, that is legit at a course like Panorama Farms. Awesome. Definitely someone, especially when you're BYU's top runner like she was at pre-nats, you're going to be challenging for All-American honors. Mm-hmm. And then if you look at the men's side, you have Ben Shearer of Arkansas. He also sets a new 8K PR. Again, similar to Nutty-Comb, not quite as bad, but still rainy there as well. He ran 22:55 to win pre-nats and was, if you look at what he did last year at NCAA's, he was 155th. So you have two individuals who go into pre-nats.
Yeah.
Very much improved and come away with some wins.
I love it. Okay, let's stick to individuals real quick. Mm-hmm. Amanda has a video we're about to drop because this is what I have learned from pre-nats. Jenna Hutchins is back.
Yes.
And I am so pumped for this. When I was looking at the results, y'all, Jenna Hutchins, in case you don't know, is the 5K national high school record holder and became the first girl and the only girl so far in high school history to break 16 minutes for 5K. Here in this amazing clip that we have, she went 15:58 at the Running Lane Cross Country Championships back in 2020. So for me, I've been kind of waiting for Jenna Hutchins. I'm a huge Jenna Hutchins fan. She's kind of been underneath the radar for some time now. And this season, she's been putting races together that have been very consistent, especially in the BYU uniform. And she broke 20 minutes and finished 5th with a 19:58. So I was super pumped to see Jenna Hutchins' name finishing in the top 5 and doing great things and contributing to the BYU team.
Yes, because if you look at what she did last year in the fall, only ran twice. She finished 26th at the Rep Cross Classic, and then she, finished toward the back of at the Cowboy Jamboree. So to see her back and healthy, and she's out here running, and not only running, but just like running well, like you saw when she was a high schooler. I think that's super encouraging for BYU, especially as they're fighting for a team title as well. Like I think that's something super exciting. So I definitely agree there that, seeing Hutchins there at the front, that's a big storyline.
Awesome. Okay, now let's go to your second.
My second point?
Your second point, because my second point ties in with your second point. So we're kind of we're kind of right there.
Okay.
Yes.
My second point, point B. Both the BYU women and the Arkansas men have showed that they belong within the top, I would say, 3 to 5 teams or so contending for NCAA team titles this November.
Yeah. I agree.
Let's look at the top 5 for each of these teams. So for the BYU women, they go 1, 5, 7, 9, and 10 to win pre-nats by nearly 60 points. I mean, when you're putting your top 5 all within the top 10, that's insane. So, right there, that shows they have, as we've always seen with BYU women, they have that chemistry, they have that, some of that pack running together. Like, that's going to be key for them. Awesome. And then if you look at the Arkansas men, too, they went 1, 3, 5, 6, and 20. They also win by just about 60 points. And so, again, when you have, that kind of spread for your top 5, that's, I think that's elite. That's, again, how you win NCAA championships. If you have your 5th guy passing some other teams, 3rd runners or something like that, like that's when you are a title contender.
Yes. It's not very often that we see a program, men and women programs together have their teams all within the top 5 on both sides. We're seeing that with NAU, and we're seeing that with BYU. And I feel like specifically on the women's side, with them going into this weekend being the 4th ranked team, it shows that they deserve to be in the mix. And they are going to be in the mix, and they have proven that. And I'm excited to see what they can do with 1 month to go towards the national championships. Now, I know you just mentioned Arkansas. I'm going to be kind of on the women's side of it. I'm a huge Peyton Noe fan, and the fact that as a freshman, like true freshman, I remember seeing her in San Diego last year, finishing 3rd at the Champs Sports Cross Country Nationals. The week before that, she was 10th at NXN. So this is an individual that knows how to compete. She knows how to be an All-American. Just looking at the high school level, and I feel like she's had a great start to being a Razorback this year, finishing 3rd with a 1949, and helped lead Arkansas to a 2nd place team finish right behind BYU. So don't count out Arkansas, don't count out BYU. Answered a lot of questions for me.
Answered a lot of questions.
Answered a lot of questions. I learned a lot from
I feel like I learned a lot this weekend.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
This was great.
Just scrolling through the results, learned a lot.